What if you could turn a simple photo of yourself into a vintage beer advertisement? That's basically the idea behind the beer poster trend, also known as the fake beer poster trend, or beer poster challenge. The trend first appeared on TikTok around June 2021 and quickly spread across TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. The concept was simple. People created posters that looked like classic beer advertisements. They would pose alongside a beer brand or beverage, often using a beach, pool, or summer setting, while the design copied the glamorous vintage pin-up advertising style associated with old alcohol posters. Many of the early versions featured women in swimwear posing next to drinks such as Budweiser, Corona, and Twisted Tea. But there was usually a personal reason behind these posters. Some people created them as gifts for their partners, even printing the finished images and giving them as physical posters. One of the earliest known examples came from TikTok user Lizzie from the Block 99, who posted about creating Budweiser and Corona posters for her boyfriend on June 20th, 2021. The video reportedly exploded, collecting millions of views and hundreds of thousands of likes. And once people saw how easy the concept was, others started making their own versions. Within days, more creators were posting different styles, including Western-themed beer advertisements. The trend even attracted media coverage as it spread across social media. Interestingly, it didn't remain limited to women. Men began participating too, sometimes seriously and sometimes purely for comedy. Couples also started making posters for each other, turning the trend into a playful gift idea. By 2022, the challenge had become something of a summer tradition, with new versions appearing around beaches and boardwalks. Then, like many internet trends, it would disappear for a while before returning. In 2025, creators began pointing out that the beer poster trend was making a comeback. And by 2026, it was appearing again across social media, including new versions featuring brands such as Coors Banquet. But the trend has also evolved. The original versions generally involved real photographs and editing. By the mid-2020s, image generation tools became increasingly common, allowing people to create convincing fake advertisements without needing an actual photo shoot. And not everyone takes the trend seriously. Some creators deliberately make their posters ridiculous, replacing the traditional attractive, thirst trap aesthetic with awkward poses or intentionally funny images. That contrast is part of what keeps the trend entertaining. So, the beer poster trend is essentially a social media challenge where people transform themselves into fictional vintage beverage advertisements. What started in 2021 as a creative summer photo trend has returned repeatedly, evolving from simple edited pictures into elaborate GIFs, comedy parodies, and even AI-generated advertisements. In other words, it's not really about making a beer ad. It's about making yourself look like you belong on one. A useful follow-up would be a more dramatic YouTube-style version with a 10-second hook and punchier ending.